Good morning, friends. Today we are going to discuss chapter 13, The Gumdrop Affair, written by Ralph E. Hayes. The lesson is meant for 12th class students. First, let us try to understand the introduction of the lesson. This story is full of turbulences. It revolves around a secret agent who is not taken seriously by his organization. The organization tests his skills and finds him accurate and successful, although he avoids using weapons and committing any kind of violences. Now, dear students, if you see the introduction, you can easily understand the story is all about a secret agent. Secret agent who looks very layman and does not look like a secret agent, and at the same time he is not taken by the department seriously. He is considered to be a very ordinary official. And then what organization did, the department tests his skill in order to check whether he possesses the potential of a secret agent or not. But what happens at the end, they find him accurate and successful, although the secret agent avoids using weapons and committing any kind of violences. He is trying to resolve all the matters without any violence, without the use of gun. That is basically the lesson all about. We will try to understand it fully. First, let us look at the summary of the lesson. Then we will discuss its other issues. Now see the summary that is displayed on your screen. The story revolves around Addison Barnby, a secret agent who has lost the trust of his superiors for want of what they call the killer instinct and smartness. Now, Addison Barnby is the protagonist in the story. He is the main character. He is a secret agent who has lost the trust of his superiors. If you talk of his, superior fellows, his officers, etc., they understand that this secret agent, Addison Barnby, lacks killing instincts, and he's not looking like a smart person. The idea is he should look like a smart and active. But in the lesson, we understand that this Addison Barnby, who is the protagonist in the lesson, and the entire lesson revolves around him, does not look very active, very agile, and smart. That's why the department looks upon him, you know, in a different way. And they are basically testing this particular person at, in this particular lesson. We will try to understand it. Okay, now see this. He has come of age, and at 40, he is stationed in Africa. At the age of 40, he is stationed in Africa. He has to perform his duty in Africa. He is fat and considerably bald. Fat, mota, दिखता है मोटा, and considerably bald. Bald is simply a person who is without hairs. जैसे हम कहते हैं कि गंजा दिखता है, गंजा. Addison Barnby. He has lost the most important instinct of being violent in challenging situations and even killing his targets, which a detective must possess. Now, the department understands that he has one important problem. He has lost the most important instincts of being violent. He never becomes violent, in other words. I should make you understand that he never becomes violent. He is a very cool person. He lacks, killing instincts. Otherwise, if you talk of a detective person, he must possess all these instincts. He must be violent at times. He must have killing instincts. But Edison Barnby doesn't possess all these. He ignores the basic safety measures of possessing a loaded gun and killing anybody even by mistake. Now, the problem with Edison Barnby is that he ignores the basic safety measures of possessing a loaded gun. He keeps a gun, but that is unloaded. उसमें कोई वो नहीं होती थी, गोलियां वगैरह कुछ भी नहीं होती थी. इसके पास एक गन होती थी, that is unloaded. He doesn't have the loaded gun and killing anybody even by mistake. And he's not, that is basically the problem with Edison Barnby. Edison Barnby loves mankind. Now try to understand, he's a very sociable person. That's why he loves mankind and hates violences. He hates all types of violence. He loves mankind. He hates all sorts of violences. He wants to, resolve the matters quite peacefully, quite decently, without, any sort of violence. However, later on, he carries a gun in his pouch. He carries a gun in his pouch but ensures that if it is not loaded and does not have a single bullet in the magazine. Now, this is interesting, right? Now, he takes again gun, but what happens? That is again unloaded. That is simply for some sort of impression that the person is having a gun. That doesn't have any single bullet in the magazine. These are actually the so-called disqualifications that makes him non-serious and trustless agent. That makes him non-serious and trustless agent, and is pushed and is punished and sent to far off locations like Africa. That's why इसको अपने superiors ने क्या किया? Because he lacks these instincts, he has a gun that is unloaded, that is simply for the sake of impression, etc. And superiors, consider him that he is not fit for the job, and he has been sent to far off, dur areas, locations like Africa, that he must, perform his duty there. In other words, he's ignored by the department. But what the department wants to do now? They want to test, they want to check whether the person has the potential of being a detective agent or a secret agent or not, right? Now, from here onwards, we will try to understand it. Now, see this. Once the department wants to test the fitness of Barnby and select another agent. Remember the name of another agent, Berrien Thompson, to give a detailed report about Edison Barnby. Now the department tried to take a test of his fitness of Edison Barnby. Now they select one more agent, that is Berrien Thompson, that he must, give a detailed report with regard to Edison Barnby, whether he is fit for the job or not. This report is assumed to decide the future of Barnby in the department. Now, his entire profession depends upon this report, which Berrien Thompson has to submit before the department. Right? Now, Berrien Thompson has to submit whether the person is capable or not, whether he has having the potential of being a secret agent or not. Mr. Barnby is instructed to carry a bag full of jelly explosives, gumdrops, to Thompson's hotel room. Mr. Barnby is instructed अब मिस्टर बॉर्नबे को क्या किया गया? ही हैज़ बीन गिवन इंस्ट्रक्शन टू कैरी ए बैग फुल ऑफ जेली एक्सप्लोजिव्स। चूँकि लेसन का नाम गम ड्रॉप्स है, उसको बताया गया कि वो बैग ले लेगा जेली एक्सप्लोजिव्स। हत्ता कि जो मैसेज उसके ऊपर लिखी थी, दैट इज़ कंसिडर्ड टू बी दैट इट इज़ नॉट गम ड्रॉप्स, ये कोई टॉफ़ी नहीं है, मिठाइयाँ नहीं हैं, बल्कि ये एक्सप्लोजिव्स हैं। और वो इनको ले जाएगा टू थॉम्पसन्स होटल रूम, राइट? दिस इज़ this he has been instructed, Mr. Bombay has been instructed. Thompson begins with irritating and insulting Bombay in order to test his patience, vigilance, keenness, smartness, and other important qualities for a person who is a professional secret agent. अब जिस वक्त क्या हुआ, मिस्टर बॉर्नबे उसके होटल रूम में पहुंचा, वहाँ पे अजीब कैफियत हुई। थॉम्पसन begins with irritating and insulting बॉर्नबे। थॉम्पसन ने बहुत इरिटेट किया बॉर्नबे को, उसने काफ़ी इंसल्ट की बॉर्नबे को। क्या बताया? उसको बताया कि तू बॉर्नबे दिखता है एक बार्बर की तरह, एक नाई की तरह, जो नाई थॉम्पसन की कटाई करता था, राइट? उसको इस तरीके की इंसल्ट की गई। थॉम्पसन begins with irritating and insulting बॉर्नबे in order to test his patience, वो इसलिए in order to check his patience, whether the person has patience or not, right? And whether he is a vigilant or not, and then in order to check his keenness, right, and smartness, और जो बाकी जो क्वालिटीज़ हैं एक प्रोफेशनल सेक्रेट एजेंट के लिए होती हैं, उनको चेक करने के लिए ऐसा बेरियन थॉम्पसन ने किया। बेरियन थॉम्पसन ने काफ़ी इरिटेट किया इसको, काफ़ी इंसल्टिंग रिमार्क्स इसके ऊपर बॉर्नबे के ऊपर डाल दिए, जिसको बॉर्नबे एक्सप्लोजिव्स का बैग लेकर बेरियन थॉम्पसन के पास उसके होटल रूम में आया, ठीक है? और फिर देखो क्या हुआ, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड। लेटर द टू एजेंट्स एंटर इनटू अ स्कफल in which Edison Barnby overpowers Mr. Thompson by using his time-tested tricks of judo as an alternative instead of using a loaded gun. Later the two agents enter into a scuffle. लास्ट पे ये हुआ कि दोनों थोड़ा सा ठहरने के बाद, जब इनके दरमियान तू मैं बढ़ी, और उसके बाद वो एक स्कफल, एक तरीके की लड़ाई उनके दरमियान छिड़ गई, दोनों के दरमियान। और उसमें एडिसन बॉर्नबे जो है वो कामयाब हुआ, उसने जोडो के ज़रिए से मिस्टर थॉम्पसन को हराया, सिर्फ जोडो कराटे इस्तेमाल करके। और उसने गन का बिल्कुल इस्तेमाल, उस तरीके का इस्तेमाल नहीं किया जो उसको करना चाहिए था। उसने जोडो के ज़रिए से उसको ओवर पावर किया, बेरियन थॉम्पसन को, और उसको बांध दिया किसके साथ। और फिर देखो आप, बॉर्नबे हैंड कफ्स थॉम्पसन विद द रूम बेड। बॉर्नबे ने उसको बांध दिया, उसके हाथ बांध दिए, हथकड़ी लगा दी उसके हाथों में, और उसको बांध दिया बेड के साथ, विद द रूम बेड, एंड बिगिंस टू लीव द रूम विद एक्सप्लोजिव गम ड्रॉप्स। और बिल्कुल तैयार हो गया टू लीव द रूम विद एक्सप्लोजिव के समेत वापस जाने लगा। जो ही दरवाजे पे पहुंचा तो क्या हुआ, थॉम्पसन रिक्वेस्टेड बॉर्नबे टू स्टॉप। थॉम्पसन ने रिक्वेस्ट की बॉर्नबे को टू स्टॉप, वहीं पे रुके, एंड रिवील द सीक्रेट ऑफ हिज प्लान, और उसने अपना राज खोला, किस चीज़ के लिए डिपार्टमेंट ने उसको वहाँ भेजा था। एंड टेस्टिंग ऑफ बॉर्नबे, यानी ये सारा विजिट, ये स्कफल, एक्सप्लोजिव को लाना, ये सिर्फ इसलिए था कि वो डिपार्टमेंट चेक कर रहा था कि बॉर्नबे में वो पोटेंशियल, वो कैपेसिटी, वो कैपेबिलिटी, वो एबिलिटी है जो एक सेक्रेट एजेंट में होनी चाहिए। ही डिक्लेयर्स टू बॉर्नबे दैट ही हैड सक्सेसफुली पास्ड थ्रू द टेस्ट। इसी वजह से बेरियन थॉम्पसन ने क्या किया, ही डिक्लेयर्स टू बॉर्नबे that he had successfully passed through the test, कि उसने ये एग्ज़ाम पास कर लिया। At the end, Thompson eats one of the gum drops. लास्ट पे थॉम्पसन ने एक गम ड्रॉप निकाली, जिसको बज़ाहिर दिखाया गया था एक्सप्लोजिव्स हैं, एक्चुअली वो बिल्कुल मिठाई थी, एक तरीके की चॉकलेट थी, और उसने वो चॉकलेट उसके सामने खाई। and chips it to pieces, and it was full of lemon and was delicious. और जो ये मिठाई थी इसमें लेमन और लीमू का टेस्ट और बहुत मीठी थी ये। यानी द आइडिया इज गम ड्रॉप्स जो हैं इनको लेसन में दिखाया गया है, दे आर कंसिडर्ड टू बी एक्सप्लोजिव्स। When Bombay was told that he should carry these explosives and reach it to a hotel and give it to Varian Thompson, उसमें एक मैसेज दिखी गई थी, when he uncoded and it is considered that these are considered to be explosives. But that was simply the part of the test in order to check whether Bombay possesses the qualities of being a secret agent or not. At last he proved that he is a perfect secret agent, and he is a secret agent. He wants to understand the the society. He is a sociable person. He is not a violent type of secret agent, and he lacks the killing instincts, but he is capable of using his peaceful means in order to resolve the matters, right? That is the lesson all about. Dear students, especially I'm talking to the students of boys higher secondary school Tarathpora, that this is the entire lesson, the whole summary of the lesson. We will try to see it as other areas in the in the next lecture, inshallah. Till then, goodbye and good night as well.